What is going down, PokeMoshPit? I am KingQuags, and I am bringing you guys today's Wi-Fi battle upload. Now, since it has been a while since I've uploaded to this channel, I figured, you know what? Let me reintroduce myself real quick. Like I said, I'm KingQuags. I obviously upload Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. Mainly, I like to play RU, NU, just lower tier stuff, and you'll also occasionally see the 4th, 5th gen OU, UU stuff on my channel occasionally. But speaking of 4th gen, I have a 4th gen NU match here against the Bob650. He messaged me on Skype, asked for a 4th gen match, so I quickly made a NU team and we had this battle. So right off the bat, we both lead off with our Sand Slashes. I just decide to get my rocks up first turn because if he does have the Charizard on his team, then I have my rocks there because Charizard is a scary Pokemon, especially Belizard, because I've been swept by that thing multiple times in the past. So he talks me first turn, so I'm just going to go into my Meganium to kind of hopefully scare this thing out and yeah, just scare it out with the Grass type move. So figuring that he was going to want to try to preserve his Sand Slash, figuring the Grass type move, I'm just going to go into my Haunter to possibly catch whatever Pokemon he has to take on Grass type Pokemon, but he decides just to stay and tries to go for the Rapid Spin, so I guess that also works out for me, seeing that Rapid Spin, Spin Blocker, that's just how Ghost types work. So, go for Shadow Ball, knowing that his Sand Slash can't do anything to me, as he just goes into his Plusle. Don't even know what Plusle does, don't even see what it does, so oh well. So he just goes into his Hitmonchan now, and the way he brought it in is kind of telling me that this thing is possibly Choice Scarf. So I'm going to switch out of there, one, because I know that I can't really do anything to him, or I could do something to him, but he'll easily live a Shadow Ball just because of its amazing special bulk, and two, he can just kill me off with whatever move he goes for. So I just decided to go into my Sand Slash here to take whatever physical he wants to go for. Maybe he wants to go for like a Stone Edge or something, predicting a something switch in. I don't know. But he just goes for the Ice Punch, just cleaning my Sand Slash out, so that kind of sucks for me, so I'm just going to have to play around his Sand Slash and just try to keep my rocks up for as long as I can by switching in my Haunter. But now, I'm just going to go into my Entei, figuring, oh hey, Choice Band and Flare Blitz, that's going to hurt a lot of things on his team, except a Ninetales, because Flash Fire, Ninetales was the only thing in 4th gen, so yeah, I'm gonna have to switch out now. And my game plan here, or my thought process right here, was what do I have on my team that's gonna take a lot of damage from a potential Fire Blast or Overheat? I decide, you know what, I don't see my Meganium being too entirely useful, but he goes for the sub on the switch, and seeing that kind of gives me a second chance to rethink my move, so I decided to go back into my Entei because Entei, I feel is more useless than my Meganium. Only switched out because I was locked into the Flare Blitz. So now I'm just going to go for the Extreme Speed, break this thing sub, as he does show me that he's sub Calm Mind. And just breaking this thing sub is a priority for me because I do not want this thing behind a sub setting up. But he's just going to go for the HP Rock, just clean me out after I do break a sub. I don't really care about that because this thing's not behind a sub. That, like I said, that's all I really care about. So now I'm just going to go into my Hitmonchan, try to bluff the fact that I'm Choice Scarfed and that I can outspeed this thing, kill it off with whatever move. And thankfully he does fall for the bluff and just goes into his Sand Slash, probably predicting the Stone Edge. But I'm just going to go straight for a close combat because it is the safest move to go for. I'm pretty damn sure you can clean out the Ninetales from 50%, especially with Stab and Life Orb and that kind of fun stuff. So Sand Slash takes about 50% from that, so I know a Ice Punch will definitely be able to clean or finish this thing off, and it does, so that is cool beans. Cool beans are nice to have. But I do believe he's just going to go back into his Ninetales after his Sand Slash does die, and yes he does. So knowing that this thing is a sub-Calm mindset, I know that he's not going to be fully invested in his special attack, and like I said, with his, or just Hitmonchan in general, it has a really good special bulk, so I know I can take a Flamethrower, just finish him off with a close combat, and that's exactly what happens. Just going to be a double down at the end of the turn because Life Orb is going to take me out. So also Burn doesn't really matter just because Hitmonchan is power. Double downer here. I believe the score is 4-3 at this point. We both just go into our scarfers here because it's kind of a rule of thumb kind of thing. So he goes into his Hitmonchan, I go into my Haunter here. And I know that I can outspeed him because Haunter is just naturally faster than Hitmonchan, so I'm just going to go for a Psychic. Get as much damage off on this thing as I can so I can just bring in something else, Revenge Kill. But he's going to go for the Bullet Punch, and I do manage to survive it, which means I will be able to get my Psychic off. But it also means that I can go into practically whatever I want, since Bullet Punch is a rather weak move. So I just go into pretty much whatever I want and just Revenge Kill him. And for some reason, I decided to go into my Meganium. Probably should have gone into my Espeon because I know Espeon could take a Bullet Punch and I could just go for Psychic. And just now knowing the rest of his team, I know Psychic was probably the better move I could have gone for. But anyways, decide to go for Energy Ball. He reveals to me that he also has a Meganium. And I'm going to be forced to switch out here because I have nothing to hit his Meganium with. Because I have, what was it? Energy Ball, Leech Seed, Aromatherapy, and what was my last move? I don't remember what my last move was. But knowing that he brought his Meganium in, I know that he has something for my Meganium, whether it be HP Fire or Toxic. So I'm going to go with my Espeon, knowing that I could take both of those. If he does go for the Toxic, I could just bounce that back with Synchronize. And he does go for the Toxic, so now his Meganium's Toxic, which is good, I guess. So here, I'm just going to go straight for a Psychic, and he goes to his Poliwrath. I guess he was figuring that I had the Signal Beam, but I'm just going to go for Psychic because I don't have Signal Beam. I have Psychic, Shadow Ball, and HP Ground. So Psychic, very easy going to clean out the Poliwrath. I don't know. But yeah, Poliwrath is dead. No. He has two Pokemon no. Okay, I'm stumbling over my words. 2-2 right at this point. Now, I'm not too sure if a Hitmonchan's Ice Punch could clean out my Espeon from this point. So, I'm still thinking that maybe he could have just brought in Hitmonchan right here and just cleaned up from there. But either way, Psychic fails to kill this thing, and his Giga Drain is going to bring me down to a point where Poison is going to kill me at the end of the turn, which kind of sucks, but, you know, doesn't really matter because I could just go into my own Meganium. And now knowing that the only move he really has from my Meganium is Toxic, and I do have the Aromatherapy, so I could cure that whenever I want and just wait for him to die and hope that he doesn't have the Aromatherapy. And the only move I could really go for is just Energy Ball, Energy Ball, Energy Ball. So Energy Ball, hopefully it'll bring him down to a point where Poison will kill him at the end of the turn. I do get a crit though, so that I guess that kind of helps me. I'm not too sure if that crit... Actually, I don't think it does, because I believe Toxic goes 6, then 12% on the next turn. But either way, the Poison's going to clean him out at the end of the turn, and he is just going to have his Hitmonchan left, and I'm just going to have my Meganium left. But since my Meganium is specially defensive, as opposed to physically defensive, then his Hitmonchan is just going to be able to very easily clean me out with whatever move he wants to go for, whether it be Close Combat or Ice Punch. He just opts for Close Combat since it does the cool little background animation thing. It looks cooler than Ice Punch. And it doesn't really matter if he went for Ice Punch or Close Combat, because after factoring in Iron Fist and Super Effectiveness, both of them are actually the same base power. So he's actually going to get the narrow 1-0 victory, so that was a good game. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this match. If you did, then feel free to leave comments down below. Do not forget to show that like button some love. And if you enjoyed my narration and want to see more battles from me and videos from me, then feel free to mosey on over to my channel, check that out. So with all that stuff being said, thanks for watching and peace.